Hello guys, welcome back to Student 2.0. Today I am sharing the Union Parliamentary notes of class 10 ICSC. Let's start. The Union Parliament. A federal setup involves a dual government, that is the national government and the government of the component states. Federal features of a Indian constitution. Dual government, division of powers, supremacy of the constitution. Supreme Court is the final interpreter and the guardian of the constitution. Division of powers. There is a division of legislative, administrative, and financial powers between the Union Parliament, Union Government, and the state government. Defense, foreign affairs, and currency are placed under the control of the national government. Local importance such as police, agriculture, and public health are placed under the control of state government. Dual government. The government of the whole country called the Union of Government of the component units called the state governments. Supremacy of the constitution. The central and the state governments derive their authority from the constitution itself. The state government are by and large independent of the control of the central government. Supreme Court is the final interpreter and guardian of the authority. Supreme Court can settle the disputes between the central and the state government. Indian Parliament, the Rajya Sabha, the Lok Sabha, and the President. The main constituents of the Indian Parliament consist of the Rajya Sabha, the Lok Sabha, and the President. The House of People is known as Lok Sabha, and the House of State is known as Rajya Sabha. The bill passed by the Parliament cannot become law without the President assent. The Lok Sabha, the term or duration of the Lok Sabha. The term of the Lok Sabha is 5 years if it is not dissolved earlier. Composition of the Lok Sabha. Maximum strength of Lok Sabha is 552 members. 530 members can represent the states. 20 members shall represent the Union Territories. 2 members of the Anglo-Indian community may be represented by the President. The allotment of members to the various states is roughly on population basis. Seats have been reserved in the Lok Sabha for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. The House is constituted by direct election on the basis of universal adult franchise. At present, members of the Lok Sabha, that is 543, are elected by single member constituencies. Qualification of members: must be a citizen of India, must be not less than 25 years of age, must possess other qualification as prescribed by the Parliament. Disqualification of members: if one holds an office of profit, if a person is of unsound mind, if one is an undischarged insolvent, if a person has ceased to be a citizen of India. Oath or affirmation by the members: will bear the true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India, will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, will faithfully discharge the duty upon which he is about to enter. Vacations of the seat: if a member resigns, if the member is without permission of the House for a period of 60 days, if a member becomes subject to any of the disqualification laid down in the Constitution. Quorum of the House: the quorum is the minimum number of members required to be present before a meeting is allowed to begin. The quorum is one-tenth of the total number of members, that is 55. Speaker of the Lok Sabha: the Speaker is the principal presiding officer of the Lok Sabha. Election of a Speaker: the Speaker is elected by the House up from among its members by a simple majority of members present and voting. Power and function of the Speaker: regulate debates and proceeding of the House, disciplinary functions, administrative function, supervisory control over parliamentary committees, other powers and function. Regulate debates and presiding of the House. Speaker presides over meeting of the House. The Speaker decides the administrability of questions and all resolutions. All bills passed by the House are authenticated by the Speaker's signature before they are sent to Rajya Sabha and the President. Disciplinary functions: the Speaker preserves order in the House. If any words used in the debate incident indecent or unparliamentary, the Speaker may expunge such words from the proceeding of the House. The Speaker decides whether there is a there is a prima facie case regarding breach of privilege or contempt of the House. Administrative principle: the Speaker communicate the decisions of the House. The Speaker allows the admission of strangers and the press correspondents to the gallery of the House. Supervisory control over parliamentary committees. The Speaker is the ex officio chairperson of some of the committees of the House. Speaker appoints chairperson of all committees of the House. Other powers and function. The Speaker presides over the joint sitting of both Houses of Parliament. The Speaker is empowered to recognize parliamentary parties and groups in the House. Thank you so much guys. This is all much for part 1. In next video I will share the part 2 of this chapter, that is the Lok Sabha. Please support me, share the video and like, and don't forget to subscribe.